मतलब करण भी क्या बोलना चाह रहा है, मुझे भी क्या बोलना है, देयर आर frequency like SPL ranges, like if the difference is between 0 to 4 dB, आपको जो समेशन और कैंसलेशन मिलता है वो बहुत ज्यादा होता है, और अराउंड 4 to 10 dB इट इज समथिंग दैट इज एक्सेप्टेबल। लेकिन 10 dB के ऊपर जो एक दूसरे का सिग्नल का इन्फ्लुएंस है एक दूसरे पे, इट डजंट मैटर एट ऑल। तो इट डज नॉट लाइक जो रिपल आ रहा है द 0.3 dB 0.1 dB is something जो हमें सुनाई नहीं देता है, तो it doesn't make a difference. So 10 dB के ऊपर you can actually neglect it if that is the difference.
And again, जो जैसे कि हमने देखा, like we just saw that you're having an actual reduction in level when the phase difference is going above 120 degrees, between 120 and 240. So you'll be at, even if you're between 0 and maybe 30 degrees, between when the level difference is from 0 to 10 dB, and after 10 dB is going more than 30, from 30 to 30 to 120, you're still having some amount of addition. You're not having cancellation, and phase difference actually goes beyond 120 degrees. So I would try and keep a 10 dB window to again we'll measure that stuff on smart, and just generate two signals and see what it looks like.
Okay.
And so yeah, let's
and just taking care of one more question right there. So there's someone who has asked that, so basically what you are saying is 8 to 10 dB of difference in amplitude gives you the phase to be around 0 degree to 120 degrees.
Yeah, you can say that. 0 to I would keep it around 0 to 90 is what I would do. But again, it's again a real world scenario where you have to see a good manufacturer, a अच्छा manufacturer would always have a preset, and their slopes and high pass filter and low pass filter chosen correctly, so that setting the right amount of time delay between both of them and aligning both of them would give a pretty good phase coherence over that crossover region. So a good manufacturer would always choose their crossovers pretty well. And a lot of you guys have your own system. बहुत से लोग we sell a lot of components. So the reason हम इतने components बेचते हैं because आप सब अपने अपने खुद के cabinet के design में add करते होंगे. And again, measure your cabinet, spend some time with it, and make a good preset for it. And once you've chosen your low pass filter, high pass filter for it, and seeing after this session, I hope you guys can use your DSP a lot more wisely in choosing a filter. ये session के बाद मैं चाहूँगा कि आप अपना DSP बहुत ही wisely choose करें, बहुत ही wisely use करें, और अपना low pass filter, high pass filter सही तरीके से use करें, और अलग अलग slope है इसके. That's the reason we have so many options. It's not that I have speaker A and I'm using a Linkwitz Riley 24 dB an octave low pass filter, and then I tell my customer who's using speaker B, जो मैं एक तरह का speaker use कर रहा हूँ, और उसमें बोलूँ कि मेरे पास जो Linkwitz Riley 24 dB an octave का जो low pass filter है, और कोई दूसरा use कर रहा है maybe RCF का speaker और या कुछ अलग W bin में, और वो बोलूँ कि नहीं आप यही low pass filter use करो. It's not necessary, because दोनों के कैबिनेट अलग है, दोनों के स्पीकर अलग है, दोनों का फेज रिस्पांस अलग है, दोनों का मैग्नीट्यूड रिस्पांस अलग होगा. So the crossover is more dependent on your system that you're choosing and what you're using along with it regularly. That's why you see most manufacturers, they have a couple of subwoofers with a couple of their mid highs. अगर हम Adamson की बात करेंगे, they use a E series subwoofer with the E15 E12 liner. If you talk about D1B, they use a SL sub with the GSL or the KSL. So they have a family where they've said this subwoofer is for this mid-high. And it's not that you can't use something else, but they've pretty much spent time in seeing what is fitting with each other. And that's the reason they have a uniform sounding system. आप कोई भी venue पे जाएंगे, they have a pretty much uniform sounding system. And user के लिए कुछ ज़्यादा कुछ ये नहीं है. अगर L-Acoustic is using K1, K2, they have the KS28, or they have the subwoofers pretty much the presets done for whatever reason they have. Can we move on? Otherwise, it's just I'm just worried that we.
Yeah.
Okay, so just quickly moving on to some important formulas. We're a little gone. We are behind time. Hum time ke piche. So I'm just going to quickly go through. We've gone through this before. It's about calculating the limiter and compressor. And again, Ohm's law. is very important. Voltage is equal to current into resistance. Current is voltage into resistance. I'm just going to go quickly because we've gone through this previously. Resistance is voltage upon current. Power is voltage into current, but we don't always use it. हम हमेशा ये power is equal to voltage into current use नहीं करते हैं, क्योंकि voltage और current दोनों vector quantity है. दोनों के बीच का phase angle would or not necessarily, they may not always be in phase, so it's only applicable when they are in phase. Otherwise, you got to include the phase angle between them. So we replace current is equal to voltage upon resistance, and then हम हमारे power amplifier का अगर output power सही में देखना चाहेंगे तो हम बहुत बड़ा resistor use करेंगे. उसके across voltage check करेंगे, input signal में 1 kilohertz का sine wave देंगे. We'll give a 1 kilohertz sine wave to match up, and I'll cover this again next week when you're going to amplifier and speaker and horn configuration and specifications. So don't worry too much. इसके बारे में ज़्यादा घबराई मत. मैं अगले हफ्ते इसको ज़्यादा विस्तार में करूँगा. And again, we saw as frequency goes up, time goes down, and the reason I keep using this again and again because we will be using it at some point or the other. ये इसके बारे में हम बार-बार करते जाते हैं क्योंकि हम इसको कहीं ना कहीं जरूर यूज करेंगे, और ये बहुत ही सिंपल फॉर्मूला है. The more you get used to it, the better it is. Amplifier का voltage gain देखने के लिए, behind the amplifier you always see a voltage gain, which is always mentioned. A good amplifier would mention. Right now we're using amplifier which has 32 dB of voltage gain. If you don't, बहुत से, like for example we sell a lot of amplifier. जो हम amplifier बेचते हैं उसके पीछे एक input sensitivity का switch दिया जाता है, जिसमें कभी-कभी दिया जाता है कि 0.775 volt, 1 volt, 1.4 volt. So what is the meaning of this 0.775 volt, 1 volt, or 1.4 volt? It means when your input signal is 0.775 volt, is going to give you your maximum voltage output. When your signal is going to give you, when a signal is going to be 1 volt, is going to give you maximum output. अगर आपका amplifier 2000 watt है at let's say 4 ohms, अगर आपका input signal 0.775 volt है, your output is going to be delivering that output voltage to, and if your load is 4 ohm, it's going to give 2000 volt. If your input sensitivity is 1 volt, you will get, and if your input signal is 1 volt, अगर आपका input signal 1 volt है, तो आपका output voltage फिर भी 2000 watt होगा अगर आपका speaker 4 ohm का है. अगर आपका sensitivity 1 volt है और आपके signal पे 0.775 volt है, तो आपको ये situation में 2000 watt नहीं मिलेगा, because the voltage gain or the input sensitivity is not full. I mean, it is a lot lower. So you're not getting the full power, and then only if you increase the level from 0.775 volt to 1 volt, or just to make it simple, अगर हमारा input sensitivity 1 volt है या 1.4 volt है, और हमारा input voltage जो है 1 volt है, half volt है, 0.5 volt for example, हमें पूरा power नहीं मिलेगा. And that is important because when you're doing gain structure, आपका अलग-अलग mixer, I know that the output of a Yamaha mixer is not the same as a Soundcraft mixer, and then you got to adjust the input sensitivity. So it's important to select the correct gain structure or the input sensitivity. By default, हमारे जो internationally most amplifiers work on a 32 dB voltage gain. जब यहाँ हमारे इंडिया में चाइना से amplifier का बहुत बड़ा you know, I would say it exploded. Like when this would be something around 10 years back, when, you know, in Palm Show and all, I saw a lot of dealers getting, we ourselves got amplifiers about 8 or 9 years ago. And then there were many old players like, you know, our colleagues like Narayan and all, who got amplifiers from Phonic and all. And they started having a sensitivity of 0.775 volts. The 0.775 volts is not a very good sensitivity because it just gives you the idea. Agar we are keeping the sensitivity in 0.775 volt and giving an input, the speaker is sounding a lot louder, but all it's doing is just giving a small signal of very large voltage gain, and it's not ideal because you would not be using your mixer to give a good signal to noise ratio. Your noise floor would be your signal would be pretty low compared to your noise floor. So it's not something that would be recommended, but it's something that was just, it came out in terms of people perceiving it as, you know, connecting two amplifiers. Log do amplifier use karne lage, and that time there was some good amplifiers by Crest Audio and all. And I know that people used to just start comparing, and I know that the input sensitivity of all these amplifiers, I'm myself to blame again, but the idea out here is to, to clarify all concepts so you know what's happening. So if your sensitivity is 0.775 volt and you actually give a 1 volt signal, which is the output of, which is the full capacity of your Yamaha mixer, or I think Yamaha is 1.4 and Soundcraft is 1 volt. I can't remember exactly, but you can measure it. And if you actually give the actual output of your Yamaha mixer or your actual Soundcraft, which you're actually using the full, the gain structure in your mixer to give a good, nice signal to noise ratio. Your signal is up there and noise is low, way below. And if the output is 1 volt, it's going to be clipping. Agar aapka input sensitivity is 0.775 volt, it's going to be clipping. So it's not something that you should be using a lot, but I see people always using a lot because they feel that the attack is by just आपके mixer के DJ के mixer से थोड़ा सा gain आप बढ़ाते हो and you get great gain and you feel, oh wow, this amplifier is so powerful, which is not the case. But that's why they have a switch behind, which is where you can change it, so you can adapt to different mixers or different outputs of different mixers. So I hope this is clear, and we'll just see what happens if the amplifier you're using today is 32 dB, but if you're using something that is a much higher input voltage sensitivity, this is what exactly happens. So we know that last time we did, हमने last time किया कि voltage gain is 20 log of maximum output by the input signal, and the maximum output जो है, जो हमारा 8 ohm का rated power है, is into the resistance, which is, again, if you go back, you can use the power formula, which is power is equal to voltage into voltage divided by resistance. So you put resistance on the other side, you get voltage square is equal to power into resistance, and voltage is equal to square root of power into resistance. So you're seeing the rated power at 8 ohm into the 8, which is the resistance. Why we use 8 ohms is because आप कोई भी amplifier का specification sheet देखेंगे, अगर आप देखेंगे कि amplifier का output power is, let's say, 1000 watts at 8 ohms, if you make the load impedance, let's say the loudspeaker is 4 ohms, you should ideally expect double of it. अगर आप उसको आधा करेंगे, you would expect the power to kind of double. From 1000 it should go up to maybe 2000, but it's always lesser than double. It's maybe 1800 or something by measurement, and that's because there are thermal limitations. There are आपके amplifier के अंदर एक thermal limitation होगा, transformer का current carrying capacity का एक limitation होगा, which won't always go, or your transistors won't always deliver exactly double, because there's always a lot of heat. Amplifier आप देख सकते हैं बहुत ही गर्म होता है. A lot of energy gets converted into heat. As you get more and more current into it, you get more and more heat. So this is why it's never always double. So we try and go with the highest power rating, which is in terms of, you could do 4 ohm, the rated power, and multiply by 4. But out here you get the maximum output, as we will all agree that it would be at the 8 ohm into 8. So let's say आपका amplifier का output है 1000 watt at 8 ohm, and you get square root of 8000 watts, which is 89.44 volts RMS. And if your input is, let's say, 0.775 volt, you know that this is going to be the maximum output when your input is 0.775 volt. So if you are at 0.775 volt and this is your output power, I know that a lot of, I'm admitting to you all as well, जो आपका amplifier का output power है, there are a lot of ways to play around with it. The ideal way is to measure it at 1% harmonic distortion, and we'll get into that next week. Don't worry about it. But you'll see a lot of manufacturers, and we've taken advantage of it, that you can bump the harmonic distortion and measure it at a much higher harmonic distortion, and say that my power is not 1000, it's maybe 1300 or 1400. But then it comes in with the cost of a lot of harmonic distortion. जो आप Ahuja के, you'll see just a great company like Ahuja, like you can go online and see this thing, and they'll say power at 1% THD, total harmonic distortion, is, let's say, 500 watts, and then power at 10% total harmonic distortion is 650 watts. Now, you could write 650 watts, but if you actually add 10% total harmonic distortion in your sound signal, you're not going to be able to hear anything. I mean, it's just going to be extremely horrible for you to kind of, even, you're going to be saying, it sounds horrible. Ye bahut hi ganda baj raha hai. But then just to make it look great, we all do it. I mean, we all are part of it. It's all a marketing stunt. It's all there from the big manufacturers all the way down. I mean, a lot of the big manufacturers I've seen loudspeakers is saying that my subwoofer can generate 150 150 dB max SPL, and then that's nothing but just a formula saying that my 1 watt at 1 meter SPL is 94. My power capacity is 2000 watts, so I'm going to use a formula and see what my max SPL is, and we'll calculate all that next week and see what is actually. But in the real world scenario, it doesn't deliver 150 dB max SPL. I mean, it's just something that's theoretical, and then people start comparing. हाँ जी, ये speaker का max SPL इतना है, ये speaker का max SPL 147 है, तो इसका जो 150 dB SPL है, ये बहुत ही ज़्यादा अच्छा speaker होगा क्योंकि इसका max SPL ज़्यादा है. And it's not entirely true, because it just could be a formula, and then there are a lot of things that happen. I mean, your voice coil becomes hot, आपका voice coil गर्म होते जाता है, your resistance increases, there's thermal power compression. A lot of factors happen in something that you can't, and that's the way. Always use your ears. इसके लिए मैं हमेशा बोलता हूँ, our ears are very sophisticated, complicated, products that we've been given. Use your ears to determine what sounds better, and it's one of the reasons why बहुत से लोग मेरे को आगे पूछते हैं that why does Adamson sound the way it sounds at those high SPL levels, because it's using Kevlar, and then compared to paper, it's a lot more stiff, it's a lot lighter, and it kind of retains its shape, and it's something that people use. But then हमारे common system is you can't use Kevlar because the cost of the cone paper is probably 6 times of normal paper. So it's a lot of these things. So anyways, I'm just diverting and just wasting time, and I just get carried away. Sorry. हम आगे देखेंगे कि इसका वोल्टेज गेन जो हम इसका एक्चुअल कैलकुलेट पे अगर आप कैलकुलेट करेंगे, ये लगभग 40 dB होगा. तो आपका वो इनपुट सेंसिटिविटी is going up, and you feel it's great, but it's not giving you, आपको एक्स्ट्रा पावर नहीं मिल रहा है, खाली इसको आपके छोटे से इनपुट सिग्नल को और मैग्नीफाई कर रहा है. So is there any questions on this formula or anything until now, or we can move on? Hello, Nitesh, Rajesh, anyone here?
There are a few questions, but I think you will be covering them in the there's one question which is asking what is the gain level that should be set on the amplifier.
32 dB is, I think, pretty standard, but that's a safe level, and it kind of gives you pretty much all manufacturers set their voltage gain at 32 dB, and almost all manufacturers set their presets at 32 dB. So I know that at least I know Adamson does. So that's the reason that it's just the voltage gain that the voltage gain that matters in terms of setting your compressor or limiter. So there was this question asked even by Nitesh and myself when Adamson was doing the webinar, where they said that we're using the S10 and you have a preset on the PLM 12K44 and you have a preset on the PLM 20K44. Does the threshold or anything change? But it doesn't, because both the amplifiers have a 32 dB voltage gain. So internationally, I've seen Camco, I've seen a lot of the good manufacturers keeping the voltage sensitivity at 32 dB, but they always have, like for example, lab grouping. अगर आप lab grouping के पीछे देखेंगे, आप input sensitivity, voltage sensitivity कम करने का dip switch है, where you can make it as low as 18 dB. So if you have a very powerful signal coming out of a mixer or something, I don't know what applications, but usually I know that आपके mixer से, I think Soundcraft gives 1.4 volts. You have to see the specification sheet. आप अपने mixer के specification sheet देख सकते हैं, and you can see it on your levels on your input level, right? If you're getting able to use a good gain structure on your mixer without clipping your amplifier, without clipping the input, or without clipping the input levels of your mixer, you're using a good gain structure, and that's why those LED indicators are there, because to आपको indicate करने के लिए कि it should not be that you're just थोड़ा सा आप mixer से थोड़ा सा green LED आ रहा है और you're clipping your amplifier immediately. That means you're giving a very high sensitivity to your amplifier, and then you would probably want to reduce the input sensitivity, and try and use as much gain from your mixer to ensure a good signal to noise ratio. And that's something that would be you'll be experiencing in practice. And so yeah, most amplifiers come with 32 dB. बहुत से amplifier में जिसमें ऑप्शन नहीं रहता है चेंज करने के लिए. आई नो मोस्ट ऑफ देम आर 32 dB, but that's pretty much an international standard I've seen. But like our amplifiers give you the option of 40, 32, and 26. So if you have a mixer with a higher output voltage, you can reduce it. You can, you know, to make it sound great, just by little small mixers that come from China that don't have much of an output, they just go up to maybe 0.5 volts. You can use the 0.775 volt or 40 dB voltage gain. So it depends on the specification, but 32 dB is pretty much standard, and most good companies come with the option of changing your input voltage. Would that be it? And can we move on, or anything?
Just one thing, someone was asking in this formula for the Vmax, what is the figure? What is 8 stand for? Rated 8 ohm power into 8.
8 is the impedance. So let me just quickly go
power
back.
into impedance. Okay. Sorry, yeah.
So power is voltage into current, which is जो है voltage into voltage upon resistance. So you put resistance on the other side, which is your load, जो भी speaker है आपका, and power voltage is let's say your rated power is to 1000 watts at 8 ohms. So your power is 1000, your resistance is 8. 8 is going on the other side, so it's 1000 into 8, and then there's a square root of that. So any question? I mean, we did that calculation last time, and you guys can now calculate your voltage gain of amplifier. And we're going to come again to what we're actually doing out here. So any questions so far? Anything else?
There are a bunch of questions, but I think we'll come to them a little later. Let's move on and then.
Okay, cool. So I'm trying to be as Hindi and English as possible. If you guys feel, अगर आपको लगता है कि कोई हिंदी में ज़्यादा बात करना चाहिए या इंग्लिश में ज़्यादा बात करना चाहिए, please feel free to barge in and just tell me whenever. Okay. So again, we've said this is a speaker, any speaker that you want. आपका subwoofer है, आपका mid high है, आपका line array है, कोई भी component. Power is voltage into voltage divided by resistance. Voltage is, so you're getting what is the maximum voltage that should come from your amplifier to your speaker. This is what you're calculating. Now, if you're using a peak limiter, you would ideally, if your RMS power is, let's say 300 watts, you would probably double it and say, okay, 600 watts is my peak power that I would be using, and calculate the voltage accordingly. If you're using a peak limiter, if it's an RMS limiter, many use, I know PowerSoft provides an RMS limiter as well in the Harmonia platform. So you can use a RMS limiter as well. PowerSoft जैसी company में RMS limiter भी है. Most provide a peak limiter because the damages, or they actually suspect it. I mean, you would expect a higher failure rate out of the peaks that are coming in a signal rather than the RMS. If you're taking care of peaks, your RMS is pretty much taken care of, because your average, with considering a crest factor of 12 dB or anyways, would be pretty much lower than that. So I know only very few manufacturers that provide RMS limiters, but they mostly provide RMS compressors. जैसे कि Marani provides an RMS compressor. So there's no loss in, you try and retain some dynamics by just compressing rather than actually just limiting. And we'll again get into that next week, but just calculating compressor and limiter. So power is again, आपका जो speaker का power है, let's say आपका subwoofer है double 18 का subwoofer जिसका power है 2000 watt, उसका resistance है 4 ohm, and you can calculate the maximum power. Let's say it's 2000 watt RMS, you could make it 4000 watt peak and calculate the maximum peak voltage that should be coming out of amplifier. आपके amplifier से maximum peak voltage जो आ रहा है should be coming on that way. We then know our voltage gain from the previous calculation, let's say 32 dB or anything that we use, check the input sensitivity, and you can use anti-log in your calculator. I mean, there is a log function and there's a 10 raised to x function, which is the anti-log version. So you know the maximum, so let's say maximum voltage is, let's say 60 volts or 70 volts. You know the voltage gain, which is 32 dB. You know the maximum voltage, which is V1, let's say whatever you get out of the calculation. And then you get to know what is the maximum input voltage, which is V0 that should be applied to your amplifier. So आपके amplifier के input में maximum input voltage क्या होना चाहिए, जो आपके amplifier का voltage gain है उसके ऊपर dependent होता है, जो आपके speaker का maximum power rating है उसके ऊपर डिपेंड होता है, and that you can calculate V0. So once you calculate V0, we've also done it last time that dBu, जो हमारा dBu का unit है, उसका calculation है with a reference of 0.775 volts, which is also the voltage across a 600 ohm resistance. You know, when considering the standard 1 milliwatt power being dissipated across microphones, and you know, a lot of previous dBm was a common factor for input measurements, but with time हमको realize हुआ कि हमारा input impedance 600 ohm पे standard नहीं है, बहुत से जगह पे 250 ohms है या अलग-अलग input impedance है, so we just stuck to voltage because that would change with time. So 0.775 volt is a when you're saying dBu, हमारा जो reference है is with respect to 0.775 volts, and you would get your threshold level. So and then again, like I said last time, it's the same slide as last time. It's something that I can share a white paper on, why the HF time has a much faster attack time and low frequencies have a much lower attack time. And we keep release time basically anything between 8 to 10. That's what we do. And that's what I know a couple of guys who do it, like Nova Audio, and a couple of guys who use their limiter calculations and they do it this way. They keep the release time. What the attack time is doing is basically, जैसे ही हमारा ये जो threshold है, अगर ये attack time अगर अगर हमने 2 मिलीसेकंड रखा है, फिर इस 2 मिलीसेकंड के ऊपर ये threshold हमारा input level ये threshold के ऊपर है, 2 मिलीसेकंड्स के अंदर ये लिमिटर एक्टिव हो जाता है, और रिलीज टाइम है अगर वो थ्रेशोल्ड के नीचे, सपोज हमने 2 मिलीसेकंड का अटैक टाइम सेट किया और उसका रिलीज टाइम 16 मिलीसेकंड या 20 मिलीसेकंड सेट किया है, अगर 20 मिलीसेकंड के ऊपर अगर वो लेवल जो हमारा थ्रेशोल्ड जो सिग्नल लेवल है थ्रेशोल्ड के नीचे है, if the signal level is below the threshold for more than maybe 20 milliseconds, the limiter is going to be going off. So that's what the attack and release times do. And before we move on to compressors, is there any question on limiters?
Not specifically on limiters.
Okay,
so
cool.
We'll address these questions a little later.
Cool. We will get into that soon. So just moving to compressors. Now, limiter जो है, limiter is not letting you go above the limiter is not letting the signal go above that threshold level. Now, we also have compressors, and then I know Marani has an RMS compressor. So we're going to quickly go into RMS compressor. So जो आपका signal का actual RMS value है, like last time you're seeing the peak value, let's say it's 600 watts. Let's say आपका 2000 watt का dual 18 का subwoofer है जिसका 4000 watt peak है. Let's say the RMS is actually 2000. So you want to make sure that above 2000, you're getting some peaks that are in, and you're keeping some compression for the RMS value. So let's say you set the threshold level. Again, this is again you're setting the threshold level based on the previous calculation. Nothing different, nothing. But this is, let's say, let me just kind of annotate this and make it maybe a red line. So let's say around 6 dB. So I'm drawing a red line around 6 dB. Or let me just make it a nice square so it's a little visible. So is my red line clearly visible? Nitesh, is the line visible? Everything's okay?
Yes.
Okay, so let's say we have a signal that is going from, let's say this is a signal. This is the sine wave that we get. Now, let's say that in compressor, it's basically compressing. You're just how you kind of compress a hydraulic pump or something. That's probably this. Let's just say this is your signal. You set a 6 dB threshold, and always a compressor will come up with something known as a compression ratio. So if I quickly, let's say 4:1 is your compression, or 2:1. Let's have a 2:1. Okay. So 2:1 is a compression ratio. That means whatever is above your threshold, जो हमारे threshold के ऊपर है, let's say it's 6 to 14. 14 minus 6 is 8. 8 dBu is going to be compressed to half. So हमारा जो अगर 8 dB is you know, the input signal is going to be then get compressed to by 4 dB. So this compression signal at this thing is going to be 6 to 10. So this is what the signal is going to be. If you want a higher compression ratio, let's say it's 4:1, and in that case, you know, it's 8 dB above threshold, and it's going to be just probably 2 dB above threshold. And then if you have higher compression, let's say 8:1, and then you would probably get maybe only 1 dB above threshold. So is this clear what we are doing with compression ratio? It's pretty simple. It's not limiting. अगर आप limiter होगा, your signal is going to be restricted to this level out here. And it's not always desirable. Imagine someone playing a nice drum or kick drum or something, and it's just kind of losing its attack. And you know, it's not, if you set a limiter, it's just going to kind of limit the signal out there. And yeah, but a lot of you guys, Rajesh and Nitesh, you guys use compressors in your mixes, and you guys can stretch on. You guys want to add something on compressors or anything?
Not really.
I think you have explained it pretty well, I would say.
Okay, cool. So again, attack release time, you know, is something that you can set. Something that compressors that all come with is something called as makeup gain, which is you got Rajesh and Nitesh, you want to add something on makeup gain?
Well, it's not really relevant on the output part of the compressor.
We use it sometimes. It's sometimes signal routing is something that we use. Basically, जो हमारा dynamic range है, इसको compress करने के बाद signal का level काफी कम हो जाता है. इसके लिए बहुत बार compressor के बाद आप देखेंगे कि एक makeup gain है, जो कि उसका gain, signal का gain है after compression. Some of the mix engineers can explain to you guys the utility of it better. They use it a lot on the mixes. Do you all use it on the mixes? I'm not sure.
Yeah. What I meant was that I definitely use it on the microphone side, but how do you really use it if you're putting a compressor on your output? Because won't it give a more compressed signal, which will be more?
It will. It would again increase the level, but I think it has something to do with also enhancing the signal to noise ratio, but I'm not too sure on this thing. But basically, I know it adds gain after the compressor. But anyways, this is something we don't get too much to make up this thing. And then we also have something known as hard knee and soft knee. जो हमारा knee है, बहुत बार आप compressor के बाद एक hard knee देखेंगे और soft knee देखेंगे. Which is जो आप हार्ड नी देखेंगे, आप इसका लेफ्ट में देखेंगे हार्ड नी का पोजीशन कैसा है, और सॉफ्ट नी का आप देखेंगे इसका पोजीशन कैसा है. Just to give you a brief idea, so let's say in soft knee, the compression would start a little below the threshold, but at a much lesser. Let's say you set 8:1 का threshold, and let's say, you know, a signal is not going way above here, but let's say somewhere here, but it will start compressing somewhere, you know, a lot before, whereas a hard knee would compress only when the signal is straight away above the threshold. Is this clear? I mean, I don't know how better to explain it, but
yeah, this is quite, it's exactly what it is.
Okay, so any questions until now that I need to address, because we'll be moving on to the next topic?
Can you give an example of the knee? That's more, I mean, at least for me as a mix engineer, it would be more used when you're using it, when you're compressing like any kick or something like that, or any percussive instrument. I really don't think you would change
So
the
we use
news.
it. We also use it a lot to हमारे loudspeaker में the most. What is the thing that blows out the most? Is the HF, right? So something on the HF, I use a much softer knee, whereas on the, so that I at least start compressing it at some point below the actual threshold, so it's not heating up the voice coil directly. So it's got this smooth transition, and it's also more easy to hear. Something that's getting compressed on the mid high. Our ears are very sensitive. 1K, 2K is very sensitive. So I start, instead of giving a direct compression directly at threshold, where it's going above and below, I just kind of start using a softer knee on higher frequencies rather than low frequencies.
Okay, sorry, there are 2-3 people who asked that, can you just quickly go through the compressor ratio, attack and release in Hindi?
Okay. Okay, so let me just clear this. जो हमारा compression ratio हमने देखा है, अगर हम RMS compressor को देखेंगे, so let me just quickly exit and let me see if I can bring up Marani's hold on out here. And is Windows visible, Nitesh?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So is my processor on? Yes, it is. So
also,
for those,
I would like to add one thing here, Karan.
Yeah.
Like, this hard knee and actually how the ratio and attack is working. I think, the best way to understand them is to actually overdo it and try to listen to it.
Yeah, correct.
For everyone, like that is the best. No matter how much we try to make you understand, ये ऐसे सुनाई देता है, वैसे सुनाई देता है. The best is to just dial in and hear it.
Honestly, मैं चाहता था, I would wish that, I miss the Palm show. I miss meeting you all. हर साल we get, such a great turnout at Palm, and अगर हम Palm की बात करेंगे, next week would be, by Monday would be setting up a stall and everything at Palm, and I was hoping that, we could get into a lot of details, interact a lot more, but unfortunately we are doing what we are doing. That's the best we can do. So just let me just quickly just show you on a processor that how outputs have a compressor limiter. Just give me a minute. And okay. So हमारा जो output है, you can see that this RMS compressor है जो bypass किया गया है. इसमें हम threshold जैसे कि DBU सेट किया है. रेशियो यहाँ हमें देना पड़ता है जो can I zoom in? You want me to zoom in? Okay, I'll just try and zoom in this. New share, advanced portion of the screen, and oh, I think it's the wrong screen. Sorry.
Yeah, it's correct.
It's correct. Okay.
Yeah.
Just switched. So आप देख सकते हैं कि ये RMS compressor और peak limiter है. Peak limiter had ये threshold और release और attack time है. Nitesh, do you want me to cover the limiter, or it's only the compressor, right?
Yeah, I mean the
Okay.
You can touch on both.
Okay, so ये हमारा RMS compressor है जहाँ हम threshold set करते हैं. ये level के ऊपर ये compress करना चालू करता है. जो कंप्रेशन रेशियो है क्या सेट करना है मैं आपको दिखाऊंगा. आप कुछ भी सेट कर सकते हो, 2:1, जो भी सिग्नल लेवल है. नी का परसेंटेज आप यहाँ आप देख सकते हो कि अगर नी हम अलग अलग लेवल सेट कर सकते हैं, सॉफ्ट नी या हार्ड नी. 0% में हार्ड नी है, और जैसे ही नी बढ़ाते 100% में हार्ड नी है, जैसे ही हम बढ़ाते जाते हैं नी बढ़ते जाता है. So if I just kind of see, I can just set any threshold, any knee, and you can set the release, attack, and the makeup gain that we all spoke about. So I'm just going to quickly show that this on the PPT as well. So let me just stop share and go back to my desktop, which is here. Okay. So like I said, let's just set, this is a level different settings of your compression ratio, compressor threshold, and I'm going to set maybe a threshold. Let's say हमारा signal जो है 6 dB. Okay, ये जो हमारे आप white line देख रहे हैं ये 6 dB है, and इसका अगर हम कोई भी सिग्नल देंगे, लेट्स से ये थ्रेशोल्ड के ऊपर है, लेट्स से 14 dB से है, 14 dB के बाद हमने उसको अगर 2:1 थ्रेशोल्ड सेट, कंप्रेशन रेशियो सेट किया, मतलब ये जो थ्रेशोल्ड के लेवल के ऊपर जो लेवल है, जो कि 14 - 6, वो है 8 dB। 8 dB का जो थ्रेशोल्ड हमने जो अगर कंप्रेशन रेशियो सेट किया 2:1, तो 8 dB को वो आउटपुट में 4 dB देगा। तो ये आउटपुट, ये हमारा इनपुट है, या आउटपुट में आउटपुट की तरफ दूंगा, ये 4 dB, तो ये 10 dB तक जाएगा। और जैसे ही हमने उसको, अगर उसका कंप्रेशन रेशियो बढ़ा है, सपोज 4:1 किया, तो 4:1 में उसका जो 8 dB है वो 2 dB बढ़ेगा, तो वो 6 + 2 वो 8 dB पे आएगा। और अगर हमने उसको कंप्रेशन रेशियो और बढ़ाया, उसको 8:1 किया, तो जो 8 dB इनपुट में बढ़ रहा है, आउटपुट में 1 dB से बढ़ रहा है। Is the compression ratio clear? You want me to write it? Let me just write it here. 2:1, 4:1, and 8:1. So is the compression ratio okay?
Yeah, I think compression ratio is fine.
And then again, your attack and release time, like I said, you get to know about reading. There's no formula for it.
Hindi.
ये अटैक और रिलीज टाइम के लिए कोई फॉर्मूला नहीं है। ये इसके बाद मैं आपको एक पेपर दे सकता हूँ, AES का पेपर, जिसमें हाउ टू सेट अटैक और रिलीज टाइम, कैसे अटैक रिलीज टाइम का क्या वैल्यू होना चाहिए, उसका ये वैल्यू क्यों है, ये है। बट तो यहाँ आप देख सकते हैं कि हमारा जो अटैक और HF के लिए, अगर सिर्फ हमारा HF का ड्राइवर है, तो उसके लिए 1 से 2 मिलीसेकंड हम सेट करते हैं उसको काफी जल्दी प्रोटेक्ट करने के लिए। मिड फ्रीक्वेंसी या मिड हाई के बॉक्स के लिए हम उसको 5 से 10 मिलीसेकंड, अगर 2A अगर पैसिव क्रॉसओवर बॉक्स बिल्ट इन है, तो यू आर प्रॉब्ली यूजिंग 5 to 10 मिलीसेकंड्स। और LF और सबवूफर के लिए, जो कि इट कैन विथस्टैंड अ लॉट ऑफ पावर, यू यूजिंग अ लॉट ऑफ, उसका अटैक रिलीज टाइम काफी बड़ा है, 40 से 50 मिलीसेकंड। और जो भी आपका रिलीज टाइम है, उसके अटैक टाइम का 10 गुना, रफली अराउंड 8 से 10 गुना है। तो इसका छोटे समझाने के लिए, अटैक टाइम क्या है कि जब आपका लेवल थ्रेशोल्ड के ऊपर जाएगा, और अगर अटैक टाइम आपने 2 मिलीसेकंड फॉर एग्जांपल रखा है, तो अगर आपका लेवल 2 मिलीसेकंड के लिए थ्रेशोल्ड के ऊपर रहेगा, तो ये लिमिटर या कंप्रेसर इंगेज हो जाएगा। और उसका रिलीज टाइम, मतलब अगर उसका 10 गुना आपने सेट किया, सो सपोज 20 मिलीसेकंड के लिए सेट किया, अगर आपका इनपुट लेवल जो है कंप्रेसर और लिमिटर के थ्रेशोल्ड के नीचे गिरा, और समझो 20 मिलीसेकंड के लिए कंटिन्यूस एक साथ वो थ्रेशोल्ड के नीचे ही है, तो ये हमारा कंप्रेसर लिमिटर डिसएंगेज हो जाएगा, मतलब बंद हो जाएगा। सो इज दैट क्लियर ऑन द? और जो हार्ड नहीं और सॉफ्ट नहीं है, जैसे कि हमने कहा कि जो हमारा हार्ड नहीं है, जैसे ही सिग्नल थ्रेशोल्ड के ऊपर जाएगा तभी कंप्रेसर चालू होगा। बट अगर हमारा सॉफ्ट नहीं है, तो ये लेवल पे भी थोड़ा थोड़ा कंप्रेशन होना चालू हो जाएगा। जैसे ये जरूरी नहीं है कि थ्रेशोल्ड के ऊपर ही पूरा कंप्रेशन होगा। हमारा कंप्रेशन रेशियो अगर 4:1 है, शायद इधर 1.5:1 से थोड़ा कंप्रेशन चालू हो जाएगा, 1.5:1 या 2:1। और थ्रेशोल्ड की, जब थ्रेशोल्ड के ऊपर ही जाएगा, तभी 4:1 का पूरा कंप्रेशन चालू होगा। So does that clarify in Hindi?
Yeah, I think that is clear. Can you, someone says that the attack and release time depends on frequency. Yes, we generally, if you're setting the compressor for different components, like for the HF, MF, and LF, can you just go back to that slide?
Yeah, hold on. Let me just, when I annotate my, hold on. Okay. Which slide? This one?
No, this one. Yeah. So yeah, this is like just a kind of recommended setting for a HF. You want to faster attack time, so that we are compressing the signal faster, because obviously the HF is more, amongst the components, it's the most delicate. And yeah, you would set a longer attack and release time for